Hello everybody. It is Monday, the 4th of November. I want to talk about high and low levels of consciousness and of vibration, which at the moment we're being taught that they are the same thing. And to my mind, they are not. Absolutely not the same thing. Vibrations create consciousness, create states of consciousness, but they are two separate things. And unless we separate the two, because one is the cause, the other is the effect, unless we separate the two, we are being taught wrong, and we're being brought into a situation that, to my mind, is extremely dangerous. I want to show you this here. Before I do, I want just to make clear where I'm coming from, yeah? Where I am at, because I am not speaking out of knowing, and I've been accused of that, and it is actually absolutely correct. I have not experienced a great state of altered consciousness, yeah? And I'm trying very hard not to. I can see things happening around me, small things, and even that freaks me out. I'm wondering trying to understand what's actually happening here, but small things, yes, but I haven't done a big shift. I am coming from observation and from reason. I'm observing what is happening around me. I hear what everybody is saying. I go to the old texts and the knowledge that is there, yeah? And I'm trying to reason what is happening here. I was thinking about the live stream I did a few days ago, or last week, or whenever that was. And there was actually a very great lesson in that. And that is, my internet was down on that day, and I felt absolutely pressured into doing something. You know, there was a message I wanted to get out. So I went to my phone to see if I could do it through that. I'd never done it before. I found the live stream button, and I pressed it, and I went. And then in the middle of the live stream, I didn't know what I was doing when I was doing it, and then in the middle of it, it kind of occurred to me that I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know where the switch off button was. So the whole thing was rather chaotic, and I found the button in the end, but that was not a good way of doing it. Yeah? Now, wisdom would have said, I'm sure there are tutorials somewhere that will show you step by step, so you know from the beginning what you will do on every step, including how you get out. And wisdom would have been to go through one of those tutorials and have it clear in my mind what would happen and what I do. That would have been wisdom. I didn't do that. Again, because I felt pressured. I thought there was no time. You know, it needs to go out now. So I just willy-nilly pressed the button. And then think about it, what actually happened. Yes, just in principle. Yeah, you press a button, you get yourself into a stream that is live, that is now, that is happening, and you don't know where the button is to get out. Think about that. It's not wisdom. So that is why I'm still sitting here refusing to practice what I'm talking about, because I still haven't got it together completely what's actually happening. Anyway, that's where I'm at. But from observation, from what I can hear in the text, applying reason, and not going, high vibration, high level of consciousness, we're all turning into fluttering beings of light. Yeah, that is children on a fairy tale level that are really not thinking. Now what came to me this morning is, first of all, what is consciousness when it comes home? What is it you're conscious of? Again, within and without. You're conscious of yourself and your surroundings. For most of us, including myself, on the solid level. Yeah, but you are conscious of this. That is what your consciousness is conscious of. That is a knowing. It is a level of knowing. Yeah? And then we talk about even this word, higher and lower levels of consciousness, to my mind, is wrong. There are different levels of consciousness. They're not good or bad, higher or lower. Yeah? They are what they are. Good and bad comes into being out of what you do with that. Yeah? If you shift into another level of, into another experience of reality, so you shift consciousness, you gain a different knowledge, a different perception, different knowledge. What do you do with that knowledge? That is where good and bad comes into it. It's not the knowledge itself. And even the question of what is out there can even serve you at that moment, because that is what makes it good. What makes it good, sorry. If it can serve you, it's good. There may be lots of knowledge out there that does not serve you, in which case it's not because it's out there, it's so much greater. It's not. Good is what will serve you. And here comes to me the prime reality, that which everything else must serve, is the solid reality. That knowledge should serve, and those that have the greatest knowledge should be the greatest servants to all. That is, it should serve in this reality, in the solid one. And that's what Jesus did at the beginning. Yeah? The knowledge served, it created miracles in this world. It saved people. Yeah? People say, oh, Jesus went out, he went to go out of the body and become a fluttering being of light. And why was he going around? If that was the greatest purpose, why was he going around healing solid bodies? It makes no sense to say that. That was the purpose, to create a change in the solid reality. So, no, there's no higher or lower state of consciousness, just different states of consciousness that will bring you different knowledge. Now, we're coming to the vibrational part, and here is where we're being told, absolutely told, that high vibration is the same as a high level of consciousness, and it is not. Absolutely is not. I'll show you this here. So if you say you're in a low vibrational energy, fear. Everybody says do away with fear. What does it actually do to your consciousness? Again, separate the two. You're in fear. What does it do to your consciousness? Your awareness of self and that which is around you. It is actually the most heightened place of self-consciousness that you can get to. So the lowest vibration, fear, will take you to the highest place of self-awareness and the most intense awareness of what is around you, of the situation that you are in, and limited to really your immediate situation, your immediate surroundings. Yeah, because if there is danger, it is right beside you. Yeah, and because of the limited knowledge of your surroundings and only being in self, your only knowledge is according to self, your options are limited, as is the space and your consciousness. fight or flight. You get two options, which in that situation is probably the best that can happen if there is immediate danger. Because you don't want to be all out there considering all possibilities. If like a herd of stampeding elephants is coming toward you, you don't want to be out there considering everything, the universe and everything. By the time you figured it out, you're flattened. There's not enough time. So that is why that is the best place to be at that moment. But as I said, it is the place lowest vibrational energy, like fear, and it is actually the most heightened awareness of self and your immediate surroundings. So the lowest on one is actually the highest on the other. So they are not the same thing. Consciousness and vibration are not the same thing. So we come to the other end of the spectrum, to the highest vibrational energy, where you're completely spaced out, and then you're actually at the point of the lowest awareness of self and your surroundings. That is actually then the lowest level of consciousness. Yeah, they tell me highest vibration is the highest level of consciousness. No, to my mind, it's the other way around. Highest level of vibration is the smallest level of consciousness that you can be there before you completely lose yourself. And I think it can happen to people, they lose themselves. Again, all these states are there to serve something. Yeah? They are given to us to serve us. So what happens on that highest state of vibration? What should it serve? And from, again, what I'm hearing, and I'm really going, again, the sources that I'm listening to, would be, I would be drawn more to those that have a scientific foundation for themselves. Yeah? That can bring scientific data, that can show cause and effect in this world, and that are not just sitting there with a stupid grin on their face saying, I've met angels, or something like that. Yeah? Forget it. Again, I need proof. Right. So, if you go look with the likes of Joe Dispenza, but the whole thing is grounded in something. Yeah? It's not just floating up in mid-air. And it seems there are reports that in those states healing will occur. And that is good. And again, it serves something, it changes something in this world. It serves the solid, energetically, healing. Again, you can point to Jesus, no problem. That's what he did. That's what the disciples did. Yeah? Knowledge was given to serve, and those that have the greatest knowledge should be the greatest servants to all in this world. But then, even when Joe Dispenza was talking about it, there was something that sent every alarm bell in my head ringing when I heard it. And that is that when people get to that state, it feels extremely good and they don't want to come back. And when they come back, they want to go back to that state again and again. And here, it starts sounding to me like the effects of a drug. It makes you feel good, therefore you want to go there. Yeah? It's like a drug. To me, it's like a drug. I see others on the internet that have done it and they are doing it again and again. Yeah? And although they're saying they're doing it for others, I'm not sure they do. You know, they, honest to God, sound like drug addicts to me. Now, I mean, I can understand why it would feel good. If you think about it, if that is the lowest state of consciousness, awareness of self and that which is around you, the cares of this world, the cares where you care, yeah? If that yoke is taken off you and you're going above, I would say that feels good. It would be a relief, yeah? But is that the point? Is it the point that you should feel relief and experience that relief for yourself? Or should it work something? And if healing has occurred, should you go back there? Or is there no more point to that state? It would be like, again, you're taking prescription medicine that makes you feel good, and as long as the illness is there, there's a point to doing that. But if you get addicted to it and you keep taking the prescription medicine, it does no longer do what it was supposed to do, and in the end it might well kill you. Again, in this world, it may well kill you if you keep doing it. So, and this is why I think this teaching that is in this world is so dangerous at the moment, and people have not thought about it. Oh, we can. And we're going into the greatest state of consciousness, and you're not. You're going into the smallest state of consciousness. You're losing consciousness. You're going unconscious. That is what you're doing. Again, what should it all serve? Is that the point? Go into the light and lose consciousness. Burn yourself up in the light of the all, or something like that. Is that the point? Now, but, and here's the thing, because you could think about that, if people do lose consciousness in that state, and it is maybe then really like pressing a button and you don't know how to get back. Maybe that is why there should be others around them to pull them back. Maybe that is the function of disciples. Yeah, to pull back the master once the work is done. Yeah, and at the moment, again, what is being taught is we should all follow them. Yeah, they are the enlightened ones, and we should all, our function is to learn what they are doing and follow them, and then we're all going into unconsciousness. And it serves nothing in this world. I really think we're on the wrong path here. And if there is, as I said, there is a purpose to every state of consciousness, knowledge that you could gain. The greatest knowledge is the knowledge that would actually serve in this world, or you actually create shifts, real changes in reality. But then it does something to us. It does something to our levels of consciousness, to who we know we are, to our being. It does something to our being. And then we really should have a risk-benefit analysis. Not go and, I self-sacrifice. That is not the point. And we should not allow others to self-sacrifice. We should look out for them. Should pull them back. John should have pulled Jesus back. But he kind of tried, and all he got was, "Get ye behind me, Satan, get ye behind me, fear, don't hold me back. I'm enlightened." And John stepped back. No, if that was his friend and he loved him, he should have, restrained him in some way. That would have been his purpose. To know that Jesus was no longer conscious, no longer in possession of his own knowledge of self and good and bad. He had gone beyond that. then somebody else has to look out for him. John should have tried a bit harder. So there's so much to understand. But as I said, what's being taught at the moment, and where everybody is running with it, highest state of vibration is the highest state of consciousness. And it's actually the exact opposite. The higher the vibration, the less conscious you become, until you detach from the knowledge of self and that which is around you. And in the Bible, the point was the knowledge was given to serve in this world. It was not to flutter off into infinity and beyond and lose yourself. We've been taught the wrong thing, and it's done to a purpose. If this going to a high vibration takes you to a level of unconsciousness, that will serve somebody. All of us going unconscious completely. Being happy out there, in that state. Bliss. We are in the state of bliss. And no longer caring about what is actually happening on the other levels. That's not a good state to be in. Anyway, here, I leave it at that. I want to say something on another note. As I said, I am absolutely staying in the state that I am. I'm not opening that door. I'm not allowing myself even to go into a stream when I don't know how to get out of it. And I don't allow myself to get dragged out into infinity and beyond if I can't find the way back. And the other thing is, there should be others. There should be others, and I am on my own. Yeah, if something would actually happen. And I believe it could happen. You see, that's the thing. I do believe it could happen. It could become a very real thing. And if nobody around me understands what is happening at that moment, I end up on Hollywood, under psychiatric care. And that is not where I envision my future. So that's why I wouldn't. The understanding must be in all. Everybody must understand, so we can look out for each other. We can do for each other, and we can look out for each other. Because those are actions that create realities and that will have real consequences. Anyway, the other note is this. As I'm not performing magic here at the moment, my car is breaking down around me. I have a very old car. I can't even get second-hand parts for that thing anymore. It's that old. I need a new car. I'm out in the countryside. I have to work. I have to take my son to work. I have to take my granddaughter to nursery. I need a car. I'm obviously not even thinking about getting some top-of-the-range SUV or something like that. I have my eye on something extremely cheap and cheerful that will do me for the next few years. But here, I need help, and if anybody could donate something to my channel to help me with that, to sustain me in the situation that I am at the moment, as it is, at least that, it would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.